Weeks have been weeks of extraordinary change for all of us, and all of us had to work out how do we deal with the change going on in the world around us. Well, we're here to meet one very special little boy today who's spending his whole life collecting change. This is Daniel Rignall. Hello. Lots of people will look at someone like you and think that this sort of outfit screams new money, but you're here to show us some old money today, aren't you? You've been collecting coins. Why don't you tell us, firstly, how did you get into collecting coins?
Yeah, so I first got interested in coins when I was probably about 9 years old, 10 years old, something like that. And my grandparents had a little penny album, and I used to enjoy looking at them, taking them out, touching them, feeling them, and it really started a lifelong love affair with coins, with money.
Yeah. And you brought some of your favourite coins here to show us today on the programme, haven't you? Daniel, could you show us a couple of your favourite coins?
Yeah, I'd love to. First of all, I think I'd like to...
It's a lovely box, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. I'd love to pick out a couple of my favourites, if that's all right.
Of course.
The first one, this is a Spanish coin from the very end of the 19th century, and it is of King Alfonso XIII. You might be able to see there.
Oh yeah.
Now the interesting thing about this is that the King of Spain, this is the King of Spain, but he's only an infant. So he's actually a little baby.
Nice little baby.
Because Alfonso XIII became King of Spain after his father Alfonso XII died, and actually whilst he was still in his mother's womb,
in utero,
he was born the King of Spain, and so they created coins with him as the monarch. That's quite interesting. This one is quite rare. You might be thinking, this is strange. This has got Edward VIII on it. Hang on a minute. Bizarre, because Edward VIII was never crowned king of Great Britain and of the Empire. But of course, this is actually not a real coin that went into circulation.
Can you tell us the story behind this coin then?
Yeah, so this is actually a proof. So it was produced in kind of the 1960s or 70s, I believe, from Zimbabwe, one of the colonies, according to the design that was created for Edward VIII in preparation for his kingship. But of course he abdicated only 9 months after he ascended to the throne, so there was no time to actually mint these. Interestingly, actually earlier this year, the few sovereign coins that were minted of Edward VIII's reign sold for I think about £1 million each, the highest value coins ever sold. Exceedingly rare. I think there's only 4 of them in existence, something like that.
How old are the oldest ones you've got here?
So actually dates back...
Yes, so lots of lovely coins, very old stuff going on here. Extremely rare, extremely exciting time to be collecting coins at the moment. You can get, this is a very small one.
Lovely coin.
This is even smaller actually, this is quite small indeed. It's so small.
And are all of these coins milled or hammered?
Really, thank you for asking that question. Actually, it's really
you're
helpful.
welcome.
So mostly they're all milled because I am sort of in it for the aesthetics, and I would like to have coins that look nice. And so that's why I love to have a milled coins. Having said that, some of them are hammered. A couple are actually hammered coins, although they're much rarer and they're much harder to find these days.
How did you find
just
the
one of them
coins?
actually. One of them was hammered. I want to show you this one here. This is a 1559 coin. It's French.
Oh, lovely coin.
It's very exciting because it's actually Mary, Queen of Scots, Queen Mary of Scotland, and her husband Francis the Second of France, while they were joint monarchs over Scotland. This is from 1559, so very shortly before Francis died. And so it's quite hard to see, but you've got a monogram here, an M and an F, which is the royal emblem.
I don't think he was actually King of France at the time. Sorry, he was Dauphin. But anyway, that's the only exception, just because it's a remarkable kind of odyssey.
Yeah. Over 100 years old.
It's well over 100 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah.
Wow, just thanks for showing us some of these coins. We've been thinking today about some of the change that's going on in the world and how we get through it. How has this change helped you get through the change?
Yeah, I think it's been really helpful. I can just sort of pick up a coin, you know, and I can think about. It makes me think, transports me back in time, helps me to think about all of the people that would have touched this coin, would have used this coin.
Yeah.
Perhaps all of those diseases that would have actually come into contact with this little bit of metal.
Yeah.
You know, all of the remedies that could have been bought with this this shilling, and that sort of thing. And just putting yourself into perspective, you know, this long history of people and of coins, it just makes you realise how really small and insignificant we are, but actually how big and significant money is.
Because, you know, you think about a coin like this, you think, oh, the man, he had this, his fingers might have come all rotten off with leprosy, or, you know, he's coughing it up with his scrofula or something.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
And you think, gosh, he's gone, but the money, that's still here. And your health, you haven't always got that, and your family, they come and go. But money, that's always here, and that's going to be here long after we're gone. Money's forever.
And I think if there's one lesson that we can learn from all of this, you know, it's that money really does make the world go round.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Daniel Rignall, for showing us your coins and for sharing some of those insights as well. Daniel Rignall here showing us all of his money.